Camp Oddwood
That was pretty
with
good.
Alex, Zach, and Harry.
Harry.
You get your own name wrong. Who am I?
You're hairy.
So we're back. What's up, Odd Squad? Good to see you. Good to be listened to. Finger gun
There you
is implied if you're only listening. So I was thinking the other day. So
go. What were you thinking?
what's the deal with airline food? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it food or is it like mush? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal with it? You know,
I
like
don't fully understand. the
airline food. You
question. The
know?
last time I was on an airline,
Like, what is it?
there was at least one dish that I liked.
There's a lot of preservatives in airline food.
Like, right? Is it preservatives or is it food? You know what I'm saying? GMOs. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so happy your voice isn't like that in your life because it's so obnoxious.
Yeah,
You guys wouldn't hang out with me if that was my voice.
I'm just saying. Like, look around you. None of this would be here if you had that voice. Your parents would disown you.
I'm working on myself. My muscles. I'm trying to make them bigger.
That's great.
So
I've always known
yeah.
that.
Self-improvement.
yeah. So no. Yeah. I'm actually going to be starting a new workout regimen, where
Here it comes.
I
Kegels?
lift more weight faster and
Okay.
harder.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good time.
No, my new workout regimen is basically to get really good at everything that we're going to do physically in the future so that I destroy you. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just going to be better at it. That's the plan. That's my workout regimen. It's called Better Than You Workouts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
Who are you doing workouts better than?
No, it's
He's
to
looking
be better
directly
than
in my
both of
eyes.
you at all the physical things that we're going to do in the future. I've even like added a whole stilting regimen so that when we do stuff that's height related, I will be better than you at being tall. So that's the plan.
Cool.
And then I'm going to be more flexible than you. I'm going to be taller than you. And then everything else that you guys are good at, I'm just going to be better at that part.
You could
Okay, I like that.
The
It's good
thing
motivation for you.
is that you actually could become as flexible as Zach. That's obtainable.
I'm the tightest person here. It would take probably at least like 8 months because my body is so tight. When I have Alexandra try to help stretch me out even more, my shit's like shaking, and that's just a 90-degree angle on my leg.
What?
So if Zach chose to like never bend again, and then
That would be impossible.
and then to where all of his joints are just like
Just
fucked up, and then I just kept working on my stretches for the next year, maybe. But I
So
am
it's
so
obtainable.
tight.
So,
My-
yeah. So the answer to that question is yes.
But I don't. I still.
That being said,
I still question if
don't
I
think
can.
you're gonna be better than us at video games. Esports, baby.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's where you have to focus all your energy. That way, I can still keep up with you guys when you guys do the workout stuff.
Now, are there any like versus challenges that you want to sit out?
Me?
Yeah, like
No.
bong off.
That's not a versus challenge.
It
That's
is.
just your.
It
That's
is.
just your guys' Wednesday.
No, it's gonna be a versus
I don't
challenge.
smoke
We
that
discussed it.
much, but it's like like we're just matching. Like if that's what I'm saying, you could sit this one out.
Dude,
Which ones are you?
we're going to the oil dome.
We're not doing any sitting.
going to the oil
nobody
dome.
sits
Going
out.
to the oil dome.
Nobody sits out anything.
Yeah, dude, it's
Nobody,
the oil
there's
dome
no sitting out.
challenge.
If we set a precedence where if I set a precedence by sitting out, then you guys are gonna be like, I don't want to do that, and then everybody's gonna be sitting out all the fucking time,
no.
and it's gonna be me
That's not
versus
true.
myself. So no one's sitting out anything.
Okay, so you're just gonna be like Zach at the hot dog eating contest and do like 1.5 before you got to tap out.
It's dependent on if I
Choke or not?
if I actually
Because
get fucked up.
choking.
Yeah.
And throwing up.
Well, yeah.
It was gross.
Well, that's it. So I'd have to actually, it would actually have to impact me negatively. I'm not that you did this, but I'm not gonna pretend like, oh fuck, it's too much, and then just so I could bow out early. I'm gonna keep going.
I could
Not
see
with
you
the oil
stopping
dome.
if your throat got scorched. That would entitle the half bong hit, because that's
God.
if you choke on it and you can't continue after because of the scorched throat. Because I hate it when that happens, because you can't not get super stoned when you choke on a bong hit. Like that just like a bong hit's like kind of nice if it's smooth, but like the second you choke, it's like
It hits.
Yeah. Oh damn. No wonder I get so high every time because my lungs are just not built for it. So I choke every time.
Yeah, so it's gonna be it's the oil dome challenge.
What he taught? No.
Yeah, so it's gonna be a
We've never
series of
discussed
challenges within this challenge.
Well, what? Oh, so it's you got to make it fun.
Oh,
If
it's gonna be fun.
If it's just
gonna
like
be
a
fun.
race, what? So we're all gonna like have the like a thick ass like resin or not resin or a thick ass oil booger.
No, I'm not gonna spend that much money on that shit.
And then it's see how much of it each of us can smoke.
No, I was gonna be like, okay,
I can't.
it's like
be that
it's
high.
gonna be a bong challenge, but at the end, it's gonna be the oil dome.
These are all
But
new.
in between the bongs, there's gonna be like puzzles and like trivia stuff.
Oh
And so
my
it's
God.
it's a you have to accumulate enough points,
don't have anything
and whoever
lined up
has
for
the
the next
most
couple
points
days.
wins.
No, you're
So it'll be like
trying to ruin my life.
five bong hits, and then
Okay,
an oil
okay.
dome.
So just so the people know, what we're alluding to is, so we do this other show on YouTube called Oddwood Versus, where we challenge each other to a bunch of different things. Lately, we've done hot dogs, axe, or like chopping wood, hot dog eating contests, and building Legos, right? And a lot of them, the future ones, a lot of them are going to end up being physical. And seeing that, and I'm judging by, Zach recognizing his poor lung capacity is
you.
assuming that he perhaps will not thrive in many of these physical ones.
The cardio
And
ones, yes.
therefore would like to even the playing field by subduing my physical prowess with doing something that I'm not good at, which is smoking weed, which they're both very good at, because they
Oil
like to
dome
see me.
challenge.
They like to see me lose. But
If we can get one like, we're doing the oil dome challenge.
little do they know that
Really, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't want to do any dabs, to be honest. But
yeah. So little do they know. I know you're bluffing. You don't want to do that.
but I just had a new show idea. It'll be the
Eat
verses,
some weed.
but on weed. Like in Half Baked, Jon Stewart's character. Hey man, did you ever look through a telescope? On weed. But we do physical things
On weed.
on weed.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
That
Dude,
sounds
I would
like a
love to get like
headache.
super baked and just go to the batting cages.
I would be paranoid and scared. So we're going into
That would actually be just like a
25
funny
mile per
thing
hour
to
one?
do.
25 miles per hour, right? What's the slowest?
No, we're going full 60, baby.
Oh hell no!
Yeah.
You want to see this guy get hit?
No, you know what? The faster one that they have is so at the batting cages they have like all the machines, and then they have Dominican arm. So it's like the
You
machines,
just have one Dominican.
and then a Dominican man throwing the ball really hard.
So it's like 98 miles per hour.
Oh god!
And then right before that, it's
That'd be
A Becky arm.
The Becky arm. So
Yeah,
she just
it's like
hits
a
you in the head.
collegiate softball pitcher.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oh, where she has like no rotator cuff, just swinging in a fucking circle.
Fucking lobbing those balls.
I want to know the science on
76
what
miles
their
per hour.
shoulders are like.
Double jointed. Who knows?
But yeah. So something that's interests me that we need to get into that.
What are we calling these again?
It's time for a deep dive, guys.
I'm ready. I'm ready to dive deep.
Splash.
I had this thought the other day about like, oh, who are the new serial killers? All the serial killers that we talk about are all the old school serial killers. Basically, the baseball cards of serial killers: John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer. Right. So I was thinking, who are some new boys? Who are some new boys? And then that kind of pushed me into this whole about the kind of history of serial killing, and this question that I saw, which was, the hypothesis is that they believe that the next generation will potentially have the most serial killers out of any generation. So so just to give you some benchmark notes,
Take that, Zodiac Killer.
the previous
Gen Z's
generations
coming for you.
the previous generations. So serial killing started to become recognized and prevalent in the 60s, and then had an even larger spike in the 70s and even larger in the 80s. And some of the reasons, or it became even more common in the 80s. And some of the reasons for that were, or in part, they believe had to do with the parental upbringing, like where their parents came from. So baby boomers, because their parents were part of World War II, a lot of the trauma that their father potentially suffered if they were in the war ended up trickling down to them, because we didn't yet properly or widely diagnose PTSD. So then a lot of these families were just dealing with it.
It's called war fatigue.
Yeah. So they were just dealing with it in all of the most traumatic ways, such as alcoholism and abuse, right? Mm-hmm. And that was also the case with even before that, which are like people with parents from the Great Depression, is, in times of difficulty, people are less pleasant. And when you have kids, when you're not very pleasant, you scar and traumatize those kids.
Oh yeah.
So those are many of the main reasons why they believe that there's a surge at these times. And especially, there's a few wars kind of going on at these times as well. And then, vets coming back and having already been traumatized and then traumatizes kids and then traumatized in war. Their mental frame probably just fucking exploded. But a couple things are that in the 80s, like since the 80s, or a couple reasons why they believe, and this is more so just logistical, but a couple reasons why they believe that serial killers will be more prevalent is, one, that we'll probably just be aware of more of them because DNA evidence
and post
now
social
exists. Media. What?
They're going to be posting.
Yeah,
on social media.
people will be posting about it. And then now because the science on serial killers is more extensive, we have databases and stuff about it. Sadie, you got to get down before I serial kill you. All right. So, and then also like back in those times, like public fascination was huge. I mean, it is still pretty big now. But then also because of, so actually, yeah, I'll get to that. So reasons why they believe it's going to rise in this generation is that kids are exposed to a lot more brutality, video games, and the general level of media being consumed
wasn't there
already
a
more.
study about video games and it not being a reason why?
So this study they did cite that it was suggested that shouldn't have an impact.
So it's like those dark web videos that you can see of people getting.
Yeah, but that's another thing. So it doesn't. It potentially, they believe that it doesn't have a direct impact, but it contributing along with everything else as to how as to the desensitization of people or of kids. That's kind of a big thing, or that's something that they believe, because it is also, the studies have shown that for instance, psychopathy versus sociopathy. Sociopathy is something that can happen and that can be not necessarily learned, but increased trauma over time can cause somebody to develop a more sociopathic personality, whereas psychopathy is a genetic issue. So they're just born that way. They're born without empathy, whereas sociopathy, your empathy and morality is degraded over time because of trauma.
Shit. Does that mean I'm gonna kill people?
Yeah, you're a little bit of a sociopath. So
What about sociopaths that haven't felt that trauma, but it's like a product of privilege?
Oh, so people kind of the affluenza argument.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of that. So, if it's because it would be more psychopathy if they just don't have it. So if they have a really great life and then they just don't understand consequences, if they did something fucked up, they would still feel empathetic for it. Even that, they could be spoiled, there's spoiled people and shitty kids, but if they do something really bad to somebody that they understand is bad, then they feel bad about it. Yeah. But if they do something bad to people and then they don't care about it, it's not that they didn't, because that's the thing is certain things you just know that it hurts somebody. Hurting somebody bothers you. You don't want to hurt somebody. So if you're a psychopath, you don't even understand why it's wrong to hurt somebody, because you don't understand why their emotions don't matter. It's all you. If you get hurt, that's a problem, but you don't understand empathy. You don't have it. It's psychopathy.
So let's just take, for instance, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's a psychopath then.
Oh, I see what you mean. He probably is a sociopath, though.
I was going to say
because he's a narcissist.
Oh, okay. But
so I get what you mean. So actually, yeah. So to adjust what I was saying, with the whole affluenza thing, yeah. So if you are conditioned,
to be a piece of shit.
Not with trauma, but with the idea that you are more than others, I feel like that is another way to, I guess, artificially manufacture sociopathy in a way, because you have less empathy and less morality towards those that you do believe are less, because it's the same way that we already are with animals, right? Yeah. Most general human beings that we are all judging as normal, not psychopaths, not sociopaths, have all probably are cool with doing shitty things to animals that are not not cool with doing shitty things.
Yeah, I was gonna say what?
Not cool with doing shitty things, but like your emotions are probably a lot less than, like if you're going hunting or whatever, you don't treat it like murder. You don't have the same emotions as if you were stalking a dude and then shot him in the
I
head.
think that's just because.
But what if you still?
I think it's just because of like hundreds of thousands of years of hunting. That's why we don't see it as murder, and we don't have the emotion.
We've had hundreds of thousands of years of killing each other.
Yeah, but when you're hunting something, you're hunting it because you need to eat it to save to keep
But
going.
then you should have an emotional response to killing something that you're not going to eat, which a lot of people do now.
Well, yeah, and so I feel like, well, what you were saying with like the general population, with people that we consider normal, feeling okay with killing an animal and then eating it. I don't think a lot of people are okay with killing an animal, but they're okay with eating it. You see what I mean?
No.
Like,
Wait,
the average person, I think, would feel bad about going hunting and pulling the trigger when they see the deer. You know what I mean?
Unless they had to.
but
Unless they like had to, but like if you just pulled out average Joe or little Nicky,
I feel
from
like
the
that
street.
that might seem the case
Popeye's
over
chicken
here,
is
but like
fucking awesome.
in other states where hunting is more prevalent.
yeah,
Well, because that's
Shout
the
out to
main
Little
part
Nicky.
of what I'm saying is that just in general, the empathy between human and animal and how you feel about killing or causing harm to an animal, even if you do have an emotional response, it's less than if you did it to a human, because we do find that we do believe them to be a lesser being, right?
Unless you have sex with the bullet hole,
or
What?
the dude's a rapist.
you get the sexual thrill out of it. Then it's like chances are that hunter probably wants to kill a person and do the same thing to a person.
That is something else. All right, yeah,
What?
okay.
So, yeah, exactly. Like, that's what like Trump and Trump Jr. does on their hunting trips.
So basically, the study was kind of going into depth, saying that they believe that a lot of the kids from, I guess, Gen Z and the next generation is likely to, when they hit their 20s and hit their stride,
It's because of social media.
that they're going to potentially be more likely to kill each other.
But I mean,
Or
that's
like,
what we-
or
that's what we
become
need.
serial killers.
That's what we need.
For them to kill each other, not anybody else.
Well, no, I mean, like once the replicants come, we're gonna need all them little Blade Runners. when robots look like humans and they start killing people, like that's what future police are gonna be pretty much.
Modern police are sociopaths.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah. So this is another thing. This is just information that I got from another area, but just if you guys are curious.
No.
Just a little bi-curious.
All right. So
Can we switch
If you-
places?
no. So if you want to know the occupations that have the most psychopaths, like functional psychopaths,
Dentists.
one of is CEOs, lawyers, surgeons, and actually police officers.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Which is weird, surgeons, because they're like the suicide rate in the medical field is pretty high.
Yeah, but we don't know if the people committing suicide are the psychopaths. It could be the ones that aren't doing it.
Well, I know, but I'm just
I
saying,
know.
like, I think because it's so high just in that sector, I think there had to have been like maybe one or two psychopaths that killed themselves
Yeah,
just based off of numbers. I'm not,
potentially.
but
I mean,
it
for
would be
certain.
extremely low because they don't give a fuck about
Yeah.
when they operate on somebody and they aren't successful in that person.
Well, I mean, then it
if
may
they're a
be.
psychopath or a sociopath, they don't.
Well, then it could be based on something else.
Yeah,
If a psychopath did end up doing such a thing,
that's true. Lawyers and CEOs make sense though.
because they're they're so focused because the idea is that psychopaths are much more calculated and driven and thrive on trying to find a way to control others. So that's why they're more privy to getting to any of these like control positions or boss positions.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need. We need people that get shit done, homie.
Yeah, but whereas sociopaths are more impulsive and actually more irresponsible, and that's why sociopaths tend to be more like the drifter type in general.
Drifters.
So they're impulsive, so they keep like changing their minds on stuff, and and that's part of the issue is that like they want to get rid of anything that keeps getting in their way, regardless of like how that impacts whatever the obstacle is or whoever the obstacle is. Like, but because they keep shifting a lot, then there's a lot of new obstacles. I mean, it does seem, from a lot of the people that I would imagine are potentially sociopaths, that does seem pretty consistent with the behavior.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to the actual serial killing part of it. So to my thought on it. So basically, 70s and 80s were the golden years of serial killing or whatever, right? Serial killing
according to your notebook, yes.
has sharply declined. So, our generation doesn't have a lot of serial killers. There are ones that exist. There are a lot that are still at large, but a lot of them either had short stints or just had continued from the 90s. So there's a few who were from the 90s and then had continued on into like mid 2000s and have stopped since. There are a few.
What do they do? They just retire from murder?
I guess. I mean, they just don't find any.
Retire now.
They don't find any murders consistent with their victims and their style, I guess.
Or they just do it in counties where they know that the fucking police aren't actually going to try really hard into finding them because...
well, see, that leads me to a question, and I don't know if you found any information that could lead to an answer, but like, what about technology? Does that play a huge role? Because think about it, like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, I think it would be a lot easier to be a serial killer in those days compared to 2020.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we have facial recognition technology, you have tracking information on not just the victims, but potentially
cell phone metadata and all that kind of stuff.
Like you have to be off the grid essentially to like go 40 years it's killing people without...
It's still not that hard because there's so many unsolved murders, and the reality is that one is that the highest percentage, like the most likely person to kill you by like 80% is somebody close to you. So you're likely to get murdered by somebody close to you.
Oh, well, if there's one person I want to murder, I would want to murder me, it'd be one of you guys. Not Henry.
So me.
Yeah, because he just looked at me crazy.
In bed.
But wouldn't you assume that the guy looking at you crazy would be the one that's murdering?
No, because I don't want to see it coming.
Oh, okay.
Now I know he wants to kill me. I don't want him to kill me. I want somebody that I won't suspect of killing me to kill me.
I got you.
That way it's easier on both of us.
Don't worry. You can count on me, man.
So sorry for interrupting.
But what was I talking about?
Rat poison.
We were talking about technology. It's not that hard. Still
it's not that hard because there's still a lot of like people. There's a
lot more mass shooters nowadays.
Well, yeah, that was something else I was going to get into. But other than that, like people, even with all this technology, so many people are getting away with murder in places like, Chicago or.
Well, I guess
Baltimore,
my question was meant specifically more towards serial killing.
Serial killing. Yeah,
Because
But I'm just saying, like,
murder in general, yes.
Yeah.
It's still fairly easy to do. I can do it right now.
Well, I mean, but fairly easy to get away with. So I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I'm just giving an example of, like, people who impulsively are shooting each other.
Yeah.
So they're not even calculated about it, and they're able to get away with it.
Yeah.
So somebody who's calculated about it nowadays, I don't think it would be that difficult. I mean, especially the reality is, if you watch enough of these shows, you have a blueprint.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like some of like my favorite shows. It's like Forensic Files, First 48. It's like you pretty much learn how to hide your tracks just by watching reality TV.
I mean,
at this point.
I feel like a lot of people, I mean, they don't like to say it out loud, but I mean, a lot of
Cops
people
are
probably are like, oh well, I feel like a lot of at least moderately smart people probably think that they could get away with murder if they really tried. But the thing is, it's who of. It's like if you're gonna go, if you're gonna go kill a stranger, that's probably not difficult. It's probably way harder to get away with killing a family member or friend.
Yeah, and then like most rational people or pseudo-rational people, when they do end up killing somebody, it's either an accident or an act of passion.
Yeah.
So it's like it wasn't preemptive. It's like a lot harder to hide your tracks that way. But if it's a serial killer,
No, he's planning it.
it's like, oh man,
they enjoy it.
Dexter,
Yeah.
Alex.
But yeah, it was.
Wire. Oh, this piano wire.
But like also back in the day, they would victimize vulnerable communities. So the black community was victimized a lot because the police wouldn't go into it as heavy.
Yeah.
They would just call it a day. So then
What?
there's a lot of prominent serial killers who primarily victimize black men. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, back to
Jeffrey Epstein
the
didn't kill himself.
generational. So my hypothesis
He likes
is that
dark meat.
what?
That's your hypothesis?
No, I'm not done.
That Jeffrey Dahmer liked dark meat?
That's your hypothesis. But my hypothesis is that that mass shootings have become the new serial killing for the more recent generations. And I think that
I guess that counts.
play, because it's not serial killing, but it is, I think, it is a form of large form murder, right?
Well,
Murdering a lot of people.
I guess the difference between a mass shooting and a serial killer is just how many people you can kill within a certain amount of time. Serial killers take a long amount of time. Mass shooter just.
But also the sentiment behind it is different. It's trying to take down as many people as you can with you, because a lot of them plan on dying. It's a suicidal thing.
And I think
Like they don't plan on. I mean, they don't care about surviving.
Yeah.
They
like
don't
rampage
necessarily not want to.
serial killers want to survive because they want to keep.
Because
killing.
that's part of their
They love the feeling of it.
system. Yeah, they live for it. They enjoy it. That's part of.
They crave
It's
it.
the same way like you like to binge TV shows. They like to murder people in cold blood. So they need it to function to get through the world.
Put the lotion in the
like-
basket.
Like it's their form of thrill. It's their Six Flags.
Yeah, look up Ed Gaines, and so many like historic Hollywood just like serial killers and like horror movie villains are based off of him. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fucking Norman Bates and Psycho.
Yeah.
Norman Bates.
So many others. Like if you look up some of his cases and stuff, like when they're like, oh, the place was literally strung with people's guts. It's like, that was based off of him.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's dark.
Well, yeah, the more
I think that might have been
gruesome.
in like Wisconsin.
The
as
more
well.
guts, the better.
Yeah. But yeah, so I believe that the mass shooting is kind of taken, it's more the trend. And I think that right now, and I think that is because they want, it's more of an impulse and like they want the results and the carnage now. And they want to be present for all of it. And they want it to be they just want to do as much damage as they can and then just be done. They don't have the patience to continue doing it.
So,
and I think that falls in more into, but I think that falls. Doesn't that sound very Gen Z-ish too?
And
or
millennial-ish too, yeah.
Yeah, so it does sound much more privy to our.
We want it now. We don't want to have to work for it all too hard.
Entitlement of getting the numbers all in one go.
So it's like you're growing up and you're like, fuck, man, I really want to be a serial killer, but
I don't have the time.
I don't have the
patience.
patience, so I'm just going to go and shoot a bunch of people.
I want to be famous.
Yeah.
How am I going to do that real fast and easy? Shit. Oh, I know. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat.
But then I also think that it's also it also kind of plays to the difference of psychopathy and sociopathy, whereas the mass shooting does seem more sociopathic, whereas the calculated serial killing is more psychopathic. So, and maybe there's no really real studies on this. Or I mean, there might be. I just didn't really look them up. But, but on whether or not are the newer generations, because of all the technology and because of being connected to so much stuff, and basically us having like connected traumas because of the internet, potentially having more sociopaths.
Yeah.
Because I think that might also play into this overdiagnosing of ADD as well.
Probably.
Because like a lot of us just in general struggle with like focusing.
Yeah.
Because of all this extra shit going on.
What are we talking about?
Case in point.
Like, are we? Wait, so there's going to be more psychopaths or more serial killers?
No, I'm saying
There's
that
more
I think that I think the growth in sociopaths would move the killers that come from from the newer generations are going to move from serial killing, and they've already moved more towards mass shooting. And I believe that to be more of a growth in sociopathy that I don't know. I didn't check whether or not that's being counted for. That sociopathy is being grown, is more. I know that a lot of us are more exposed to it, and I can imagine that it would make sense for sociopaths or sociopathy to become more commonplace, because like a lot of these. So just for instance, like. A lot of these kids are watching these kids on Twitter, and it's hard not, like, if you really think down on it, if in this society where it's about you and you have to, move for yourself and make sure that you're, like, it's about your success and not worry about anybody else, and that's what we're teaching everybody, and then the role models that they watch are the people who attack it by any means necessary, fuck over friends if necessary, and then it's like, oh well, I have to worry about myself. That's the sentiment in a lot of these like YouTube kids, like Tana Mojo or Logan Paul or Jake Paul. Probably Logan Paul a little bit less than Jake Paul, actually. And I think that probably looking at those two brothers, even though Logan Paul can be similarly like kind of destructive, I think watching the both of them, being that they grew up from the same family and have a similar nature, there is a difference to why Logan Paul is actually less of a sociopath than his little brother. because he actually has remorse, and you can kind of have an idea of his real moral compass. Jake Paul, it seems fake.
They forgot to put that part in him when they were building him.
It seems manufactured.
Well, no, that's because you could tell, like, oh, the older brother took more of the ass whoopings,
Yeah, probably.
and then like the younger brother just didn't have to take as many. So it's like,
Yeah,
how-
but then even like Tana Mojo and like, but a lot of the kids are looking up to these people, and then they're building the idea that in order to reach success, you have to focus only on yourself.
Oh, so it's nothing new from the entertainment industry.
Yeah, well, yeah, but then there's more avenues for them to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do what
Sometimes,
they
yeah.
need to do.
a lot of people fuck each other over, but like,
But a lot of people, I think, they do treat it as like a real. They try to be more communal,
mm-hmm.
and they do it in the YouTube space as well. But I'm just saying, like, you know, we're openly like following sociopaths on YouTube and stuff, and then that's becoming the norm, and kind of the idea of how to become successful is to be that.
Yeah.
And to lean into your traumas to excuse any of your poor behavior.
That's bullshit.
And that's becoming very prevalent too.
That is.
And that's a huge crux of being a sociopath. So I think,
So like, if I like, let's just say I just like smack Zach in the face and was like, sorry man, it's just, you know, my mom's dead.
yeah,
I'm gonna smack
exactly
you back.
that. But that's what the kids are. But that's constantly what people are doing. So yeah, so that's why, to me, I think that that's your.
This is for my grandpa. What?
Yeah, so that's why I think that maybe that
We're gonna have more.
probably more mass shootings, or more. There might be a morph of something in between, like
Mass stabbings.
serial mass attacks, where
You know me,
they
I'm
might
a
be able to
real-
get away with it in time, but then they'll do like 3 mass attacks.
You know me, I'm like a real numbers guy.
Whoa, Jesus.
So it's like, you
Are
know,
you?
just statistically, it's like, yeah, we have a bigger population. Yeah, a lot more assholes are going to be born. A lot more people are going to die.
Yeah, that's true too.
So that's why we don't need replicants.
But yeah, raise your kids. So this, if this is anything, this is a disclaimer. Raise your kids really well if you can, please. Even if you're poor, please direct that stress somewhere else, and not at your kids, because then your kids might kill my kids. We don't want that.
Definitely don't want that.
So please let's raise our kids better
Empathy.
Stop
with empathy.
Stop having so many kids if you can't, like, afford them or raise them right. Just don't have them.
Unless you
I
want to
don't
grow up
care
as a
if your
psychopath or a
religion
murderer.
or culture tells you to. I mean, if
Pull
it's like
the
old,
fuck
if
out.
it's like, what?
I said pull out.
Pulling out is not an effective method.
Wear a
pull
couple condoms.
Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
So let's get into something a little bit more. I need some more fun in my life right now
Yeah,
after
yeah,
all
yeah.
this very dismal,
Yeah.
negative conversation.
Hopefully.
Very fun,
You guys
very
ready to
negative.
do a little improv?
Yes.
Always.
Holy
no.
shit!
Fucking
You are a serial killer.
See,
I knew it.
he said.
She knew it.
He said your
knew
closest, someone close to you is going to be the one that kills you most
but
likely.
not today, bro.
Yeah, can we wait till
Can we
Tuesday?
not do this?
Take off your
today?
pants. Wait, I didn't say use your hands. Hands in the air. Hands in the air.
Take off your
Or take off your pants. There you go. He gets it. He gets it.
Yeah, I have a belt though. I can't.
You better start grinding hard against that couch.
My God. Oh God. I hope this isn't the improv.
It's kind of close. You just robbed a bank, and you're trying to get away, and you carjacked me.
I carjacked you.
You carjacked me. And you're currently being chased by the police.
You're in my car? Or in the car that I jacked?
You're in his
You
car.
both are in my car.
Oh, okay. And you're there too.
How old am I?
You're 6.
6? He looks 14.
Yeah. Could I be like 10 or like 11 or something? No. All right, I'm 6 years old.
You're 6. You're like, you're just forming the world. Not like when you're 4 years old. You beat Super Mario on your own, but now this.
Okay.
All right. And we're beginning. And scene. Jacob, get in the car. You're in the car, Jacob. Hold this bag of money.
Okay. Whatever you say, Dad.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck.
Are we going to Disneyland now?
Just be quiet. I got some of the security guard's blood in my mouth.
Hi, I'm
Oh god.
Jacob.
Fuck.
Nice to meet you.
Don't touch. Fuck.
Is this
Oh
my
my God.
allowance?
Oh shit. Oh, they're fucking coming. Damn, why are the police so fast? Oh, I knew I should have robbed a fucking bank in a
Where's
black
Mommy?
neighborhood. God damn it. The response time is ridiculous. Your mom is a fucking Dr. fucking whore. That's what she is.
What's a whore?
Don't worry about it. That's why I had to do this shit. That's why I had to fucking rob a bank. Because your mom, that's what your mom does. That's what she does.
What does she do?
She controls everything. She controls it all. She controls all the finances. And then it's your mom's fault why I can't hold down a job. You know why? Because she made life just too easy on purpose. And she was the one who was making all the good money. She did that on purpose too, so that I wouldn't be able to do anything. I had to stay home and then do, the stuff. Others, nothing. Watch my shows, and I was just into my show. Dude, don't listen to this. Don't act like your life is so fucking great. Oh, fuck. Don't act like your life is better than mine. This is only an okay car. What is this still? This is a fucking 2010. So I know your life's not doing that hot. Don't look at me with fucking judgment. Don't look at me with fucking judgment. I just made $100,000. Fuck.
Hey, Dad, can you not point the gun at me, please?
I'm pointing it at him. Duck. You duck when I point. When I point at you, duck. Okay.
Okay.
That's the new game. It's called the ducking game. That's what we're doing. All right. Fuck. All right, we're gonna go to your Uncle Reggie's.
Oh, he's smelly.
It doesn't matter because he has a certain lifestyle. That's why he's so smelly. Okay.
Can we?
Meth will do that to a man.
Can we boof?
What the fuck? Where did you learn that?
I don't know what it means.
You're
Uncle Reggie said it was
boofing.
fun.
No boofing, duck. No boofing.
Can I put my head up now?
Yeah, unduck.
I don't like it when you point the gun.
I don't know why I put you both in the back seat. You seem like a nice enough guy.
I'm hungry.
We're all hungry.
Where's Mommy?
Oh god, the adrenaline is starting to dump. If you ask about your mother one more time.
Can I grow my hair out forever, Dad?
See? That's what I'm talking about. It's your mother. Your mother didn't want me to take you to get a haircut. She's like, oh, he's going to be a child star. That didn't happen. Because you talk too much.
What's your name?
You talk too goddamn much.
Daddy.
Don't talk to the man! Duck game! Duck! Duck!
Sorry,
Don't touch my
Dad.
fucking kid. Shut the fuck up. Oh, you're a big man now. Oh, you're a big man now. Oh, why don't we pull this motherfucker over? Oh, you're a big man now, huh? You're a big man now. Oh, you want me to blow you the fuck away? Oh yeah? Oh yeah? I'll blow you away. Leave your body in this Nissan Sentra. How about that?
Yeah, Daddy.
Okay, now you're scaring me with that. Hey, man, do you want to talk about something?
Daddy, it's not
You seem a bit
okay to hurt
suicidal.
people.
We pulled over. I don't know what you're worried about. Oh, the cops. That makes sense. Sorry, officer. No,
We have the car surrounded.
okay.
Look, Daddy, look, it's the police.
Yeah.
Can I ride in their car?
So I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Fuck. All right, so you're the first to go. You're gonna be first to go. If you don't if you don't shut the fuck up. Oh my god, if you shut the fuck up! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm just gonna blow my fucking brains out. How about that? You wanna see Daddy's brains splatter all over the fucking mirror? Oh my god, that didn't help! I'm gonna splatter your brain. Oh fuck! Hey man, can you help me here? Can you calm him down?
I feel like he's been acting pretty calm considering everything that's going
Shut
on.
the fuck up! Why are you? Don't talk shit about my parenting, dude.
I didn't.
I'll blow you the fuck away.
All right,
Yes,
that's him, officers.
Holy shit! You guys didn't kill me. And scene.
Yeah, I wish I was older. Six was a little too young.
I think you were smarter at 6 than that.
Me? Yo, yeah, I would have been like, what the fuck is going on? I would have been crying the whole time.
Wiggling your hair everywhere.
Gets in the eyes. Gets in the eyes.
Oh, that was good. I hope my levels weren't too fucked up because I was screaming up a fucking storm.
Once I started crying, I had to do this. Oh, that was good. That's good. Fuck.
Well, there's only one thing left to do now. Now that we've robbed a bank and gotten caught, answer some Reddit questions.
Well,
The Chronicles of Reddit.
okay. So here it goes. Here's where we're at in our lives right now. Do I, 14 male, call the police on my mom's hit and run? My mom was driving me to school this week. She was taking a turn and obviously wasn't looking because she took the turn wide and hit a kid from school who was riding to the bike racks. He was in the other lane that goes the other way. Our car went over him and I heard him yell out, I don't like, air quotes, know him, but he's in a different year than me. After that happened, Mom just kept driving. I told her we need to call the police or ambulance or something. Mom just kept saying that he swerved and hit her and that we don't have to call the police if we did nothing wrong. She told me to keep quiet and know that I'll do the right thing. I saw a photo on Instagram of him in the hospital and he's all bruised and looks rough as guts. Sorry.
Looks rough
He looks rough as guts. I've just been feeling really bad, and it's like I can't eat and feel like throwing up. It's like mom, and he says mum, M-U-M, but it's mom. He's from
the UK.
UK, it sounds like.
It's like mom did something really wrong, and it feels really bad to not say anything. I wasn't even allowed to tell dad about it, but him and mom are divorced, and I'm not allowed to tell him lots of things. If I tell someone, mom will probably get arrested and then it'll be my fault. I don't know. And I don't know and want to stop feeling so bad. Do I tell my mom or not?
Start packing your bags, kid. You should get used to the idea of living with your dad.
Well,
Yeah.
That being said, though,
I think he
you really
needs
gonna snitch on your mom like that, homie?
I would
No,
I would go to the dad. Be like, yo, dad, I'm 14. I don't know how to handle this situation. Mom hit this kid and he looks rough as guts. look on Instagram. Look, he's all bruised up.
I don't know. Yeah, this one's tough because I feel like it depends on the quality of mom. But then again, I know if I'm saying that, then you guys are gonna be like, oh, well, a person who does that probably isn't high quality mom.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it raises questions like, how is she as a mom? I mean,
'Cause,
obviously she can do things and not live with the consequences of her own actions.
Yeah.
And my question is, does her kid, look like Zach right now? The white kid?
But mom,
You just hit my brown kid.
You just hit Mom, we gotta call the cops. Mom, that was Jordan from the grade under me.
Now he's under our car. You better not tell your fucking father.
He looks rough as guts.
Oh, shit.
That's hilarious.
but I don't know, like, cause I'm kind of conflicted on like the loyalties, cause like I know that. Well, one, you're probably your whole like family and lifestyle is gonna completely go out of whack. So it would be a selfish choice not to, but not, you can't be, I couldn't fully blame you. I wouldn't say you were a bad person for it.
For telling?
For not telling.
For not telling.
I don't think you're a bad person either way, honestly. I'd understand if you wanted to protect your mom,
Yeah.
especially like the idea of what most kids love the shit out of their moms because their moms do so much for them. But
Some moms.
But when you entrust your child, like, keeping secrets, especially something like that, you're not going to have a good relationship with your child after that, I feel. Or you just become your partners in crime and you start doing more fucked up shit.
what's the worst thing
Well, the thing that sucks though, it's like this kid he's saying he can't eat and he feels like throwing up. Just thinking
he feels
about
like
it.
shit. Yeah, but that'll pass. Loyalty lasts forever. No, it's fine. But
Blood is thicker
Actually,
than that other
okay.
kid's blood. That's under the
So
car.
I didn't hurt anybody, but there was a situation where I did feel really terrible. But if I told somebody, then I would get in a lot of trouble.
I think you wouldn't tell. You probably wouldn't end up telling. But go ahead, tell
Me?
your story. Yeah. You might think about it, but then it'd just be too much trouble for you to even.
It would depend.
Call
Like if
them. You're like, oh, I have to look up the number. Like, fuck it.
me right now, yes, because of how my relationship is with my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it was getting really annoying. But if I had like a really nice mom, I probably wouldn't call because I would want to protect her.
Oh wait,
But-
you just said that. Right now, you would call.
Right now,
That's what you're saying. Is right now you would call on the
Yeah.
police on your mom.
yeah. If my mom right now did that, and she would never do that, and she did hit somebody, she would stop and call the fucking ambulance and do the right thing.
Yeah.
But if she did the wrong thing, yeah, I'd call the cops or somebody.
Oh.
I'd tell somebody. Be like, yo, mom just ran this kid over and he looks rough as good.
He looks rough as
I'm sorry, this is my new phrase now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but if if it was a normal like mom-son relationship, I'd probably have a harder time doing that. Like if I grew up with a mom and dad, normal, they treated me normally. It wasn't like they neglected me at any time. It would be harder to call, definitely. But I would still feel pretty bad.
I couldn't do it to my mom. Yeah.
I don't see your mom ever doing something like that, but
And not stopping.
I don't think she ever would, like in reality, she wouldn't. But while I was listening to the story, I was thinking about it through how my mom would do it. And it was just like, oh, Mom, that was a kid from like a grade under me. Oh,
He should have been in my lane.
but he swerved in front of the car. I was like, oh, yeah, but Mom, like he looks rough as guts.
He looks.
I'm looking in the rear view, and that kid's
like,
looking rough as good.
Don't look. And then
Don't look.
It's an okay. It's an
No,
okay.
he's moving.
He doesn't look dead. And like, oh, Mom, fuck. But yeah, I would be like, and then they'll go to school, and then they'd be like, oh, did you hear about so and so? Oh, who?
Yeah, your mom hit him. She did.
Yeah, we saw. All of us saw. We were there. Like that's a whole nother thing. Is that like?
She's probably gonna get caught.
Yeah, other kids. I'm sure somebody else saw.
Just based off of the fact that the kid said that the other kid was riding towards the bike rack or whatever. Yeah.
She was on the sidewalk.
And she was taking a turn and obviously wasn't looking because she took the turn wide and hit a kid from school who was riding to the bike racks. So she must have been close to the school.
Yeah.
Yeah, she must have been like turning into the parking lot or something.
Unless
weird.
this 14-year-old's retarded and he's like 5 blocks away and this happened 5 blocks
Or
away.
if nobody saw, then maybe he deserves it because he was tardy.
Well,
I think
both
there'd
tardy
even
at that.
be more kids there to witness. This must have been early.
Maybe they're both nerds. Going to school early, learning a little extra.
I mean, like, I don't even know. I wouldn't even be able to comprehend if, like, my mom did that. Because I'd be like, Mom, you're dead. Why are you hitting kids with your car?
Oh, man.
Well, I mean,
And she'd be like-
you hit somebody with your car and then you committed hit and run. It's like, that's worse than just hitting somebody.
But if this happened in middle school, at Milliken,
My mom would be like, this is your fault. This is what I get for driving you fucking 2 blocks away from the fucking house. No, she would have fucking stopped.
yeah. Well, I mean, all of our moms,
Like,
I'm sure would.
That and like, so, like, I bet she was on her fucking phone or something too.
Yeah.
She's doing something stupid.
But the thing is, like,
There's more distractors now. My mom wouldn't have been able to. Like, she would have seen.
Whoa, I do look weird.
but based on our experience,
Okay.
because we're basing this on the experiences of us and our moms. But so if we take it from a different perspective and think about the type of person that would do this and what type of mom that person potentially would
But
be,
if my mom did this,
that would be a mom that I would probably tell on.
it would be okay with telling my dad, and they would do their best to try and talk me into making it okay. And I would be like, I don't know, little Jordan's looking rough as guts. But no, I would be like, well, let me find out this kid's dick first.
Well, my dad would probably like try to have it lay low and like would have like try to.
Oh yeah, we like back then we couldn't have afforded
Yeah.
like that type of shit to happen.
Yeah, so my dad probably would try to help my mom like get past it and not get caught. But anytime she gave him shit, he'd be like, "Well, at least I'm not running over kids, huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also
that would just create more
he would
problems.
do that passenger seat parent thing when the other parent is driving, like, oh, like way more. Because he already is like, damn, Chucky, you going speed of light.
Speed of light. That's
And he would have full right, because if she hit a child like that, he got away with it.
You got hit, and they drove off, but they didn't get away with it.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's because my dad's very protective of the unit, so he would do all that stuff for the family. But if my dad did something like that, even though he's so like kind of rough and tough, like kind of has a southern mentality, he's such a marshmallow inside that he would immediately think like, oh my god, if somebody hit my kid like that, I would rip their head off. Like I can't let this kid, like, what if this kid, like, especially when it comes to kids, my dad's a super softy, and he would never be able to let a kid just sit there and be rough.
I'd like to hope.
I'm rough and good. Yeah, because my dad, I think, is more empathetic than he is afraid in a situation like that. So I guess verdict. Would you tell on that type of mom, huh?
If I was this kid, yeah, I would tell. I mean,
if I was the kid, I'd tell my dad.
You tell your dad. That's probably a good move.
Definitely tell my dad
I'm on team
first.
dad. I'd be like, I don't know what their divorce and what his relationship with this dad is.
Yeah, the divorce part is the part that makes it a little bit tougher. Is just because, like, if you were a full family unit, you guys would figure it out as a unit, and then you can give the responsibility to your dad, and then he would determine if he's going to call the police.
Yeah.
But when you tell your divorced dad, then there's a whole era of animosity of him just potentially just hating your mom. Possibly. And just to do it to spite her. But then you also have a whole nother household that you can already go to, so it's not like he's going to struggle paying for the rent.
Yeah.
But you just have to move all your toys.
It's either that or you go tell a school counselor or something. An adult you trust. But
but
that's going to lead to an arrest.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
So yeah, I would say
either way, you're getting your ass kicked, kid. It's either
you got to tell
snitches get stitches, or you don't snitch and you still get stitches because eventually everyone's going to find out. Yeah. And probably that kid's friends and that kid, when he's better, are going to kick the shit out of you until you're looking rough as guts.
Actually, yeah, so this did happen to me, and but
the kid didn't look as tell anybody.
Yeah, I didn't look as rough as guts. He didn't roll over my body either, and he was young enough to where it wasn't his responsibility to tell anybody. Well, he was young enough to where he probably just did tell his mom. Just in like, oh my god, like what happened? Or,
Daddy hit a kid.
Like, how was your day today? Daddy hit somebody in his Yukon. In his whole body. Hit the fucking windshield. Oh my god. It was like, Fred, you hit somebody today? Yeah, he said he looked okay.
he wasn't dead.
He skated off.
He seemed pretty alive.
He hopped up real fast.
Yeah.
His shoes were still on his feet.
He's like, Fred, that's adrenaline. You don't know what happened to him afterwards?
I don't know.
But isn't that the rule? When you get home, it's your fault. It's your problem.
This lady really just kind of effed up her life, though. Or not life, but like a lot of shit, because it's like you just went from having like your insurance pretty much handling this to now you're definitely serving jail time. Now,
well, because if you really thought that it was partially his fault, like he just ran into the street, then you would have been
claimed
fine.
that.
Mm-hmm.
But hit and run, like, and you wouldn't have had, like, this is actual like jail time. Before, it wouldn't have been any jail time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, because, like, when I got hit, I didn't do any criminal charges because I wasn't about that. I didn't feel like he was a bad guy and he deserved it. I feel like it was a tense situation and he didn't know what to do. He was dealing with his petrified child.
Yeah, it's not like he kept going and like
he stopped
rolled over you and just
true.
kept going.
It's not like he hit you and then put it in reverse and went over you again and put it back to drive.
That's just a hate crime. He's like, yo, Sherman Oaks is getting a bit too brown. Boom, 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 boom.
Shout out to Suge Knight.
Oh man.
Suge Knight.
Well, I guess the verdict is tell an adult you trust and let them handle it. I think that'll take the burden off your shoulders, and if anything comes from it, the amount of blame your mom, depending on how your mom is, she may potentially still blame you, but it's a little bit easier to metabolize than you straight up calling the police on them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that would.
And I mean, there's always the second option. You don't tell anybody. You live with it for a little bit. You feel bad. And you can't eat, and you lose a little weight, and then maybe get over it.
Good luck out there.
Howdy doody.
Yeah.
Because so far 2020 has been rough as guts.
Peace.
Up in them guts.
Oh man, he looked rough as organs. All right,
Bye-bye.
see you guys.